Good morning, everybody. This is Anita with Artistically Yours, and it's a miserable day out there. We had a ice storm. Actually, we're still in the middle of it. I can't decide whether it's gonna snow or ice, and everything looks like it's a mess. So anyway, we're home today, and it's been a while since I've done a video on here. I just had a really great Facebook party where I did a couple videos there with some projects. But I thought it's time to come back to you. So don't forget it's celebration time still, and also the mini catalog is out. So really lots of great stuff in both of those. The Thoughtful Blooms from the Celebration catalog seems to be pretty popular. And there's also one with meerkats in it that are really, that's a cute stamp set too. So if you would like to have a Facebook party or even in-home party, let me know. It's lots of fun. You earn special rewards during celebration. And also I'm going to try in February, just a couple weeks, I have a friend who lives in another state and she wants to do an in-home party. But to get to her house is 6 hours and 41 minutes for me. So I'm not going to make that trip, but let me fix my scarf. I'm not going to make that trip, but I said, why can't we do it via Skype? So we're going to try that. I will be sending her the cardstock for the project. She's going to order the stamp set she wants, or she already did order it. And then we're just going to do the project together via Skype. So that's going to be a first for me, but we'll see how it goes. So if that's something you're interested in, if you don't live near me, I would be more than happy to do that with you too. Technology is great. So another thing I wanted to talk about is our stamp pads, because somebody this week was saying, when you get all those storage things from Stampin' Up, you can see the name of the stamp pad here on the end, but she said hers don't have that. So, for example, like this one, whoops, you can see there's nothing on either side. Well, that's because on the back are all of these little, they're actually little labels, but you might not know that if you didn't get told. So all you have to do is peel off the one in your language, see? And then I always put it on the bottom end. So if I'm looking at the stamp pad like this, I put it down here. So I'm just going to attach it. But just as long as you know that those labels are there, that's not on super straight. But now you see I have labels. So that's how that works. If you don't know about that already, now you do. So also wanted to tell you quickly about the hostess code for now. It's SRFMYP24. So if you want to place an order, be sure to put this in. And what will happen is when you go to your shopping bag, when you're ready to check out, in the bottom left-hand corner, you are going to see host code. So if you put that in, you're going to see my name, and then you know that you're in the right place. So today, the project I thought we would do is a couple of sympathy cards, because I just lost a friend of mine, 28 years old. So it's really a sad thing. She had a brain tumor. And so I need some sympathy cards for her family. And so I thought I would work on that today. So I'm going to flip you around and we'll see what we can do. All right, let me flip this first. Okay, and then I'm going to flip you this way. See the lovely weather we're having. Okay, let me turn this light on. That sometimes makes it slightly lighter in here. So I experimented with one card already. And this is using the Pressed Petals Designer Series paper and the Path of Petals stamp set, which I really haven't used as much as I should because my goodness, it's so easy. So what I did was I started with a 5.5 by 4.25 piece of Flirty Flamingo. Another thing, if you have the Stampin' Trimmer that has the little crease maker, I just learned the proper way is to fold it so that the upside is on the inside, so the crease really turns out nice. Okay, so that's the Flirty Flamingo piece. And then I use this Designer Series paper, and this is so nice. I really need to use more of the DSP, that's what we call it. This is the Pressed Petals, and it comes in a 12 by 12, and it has 2 sides. So this is the other side, but I thought today we would use this side. And then, you know, it's kind of hard to tell which way's up, which way's down, but I'm going to say this is up. So what we're going to do first is just attach this, whoops, to my cardstock. All right, so this, by the way, 5.5 by 4.25. This is 5.25 by 4, so down by 1/4 inch. And we're just going to attach that. All right, and then we have, here it is, 2 pieces of Flirty Flamingo and a Whisper White, 3 3/4 by 2.5, and they're both the same size. So I'm just going to set the Flirty Flamingo aside for now, and we'll get started. All right, so I've got Pear Pizzazz, and let me see where oh, they're all here. I got to start with the little leaves. This is the Path of Petals, which is really nice. Got a sympathy, your kindness has touched my heart. Thank you. Best wishes on your joyful day. So it's really got quite a few different sentiments that you can use. And it also coordinates with one of our die sets too, which I'll show you in just a second. But meanwhile, I'm going to start with the Pear Pizzazz. I'm at an odd angle because of the tripod, so it kind of makes it a little bit hard to see what I'm doing. All right, so we're just going to put this on as evenly as I can. And I really, like I said, I have not used these stamps much, but my goodness, it's so nice because when you get to the flowers, you're not doing them all at, you know, one at a time, but they're all like in one bunch. So now I'm using Night of Navy, and I'm going to use that with these little flowers. This is an old Night of Navy, so it's not as juicy as the new one, so I try to make sure that I can see properly and get it on there good. All right, and then I'm just going to do this. Look at how pretty is that. So it's really nice because you're not like stamping, oh, this size flower, that size flower. It's all like in one piece. All right, and then there's another really pretty flower set, and we are going to do Flirty Flamingo with that one. So let me close this up, get the Flirty Flamingo. And with these really juicy ones, you just, see, I did it too much already. I can see it. You need to just tap, tap, tap. Not a lot of strength needed for that. All right, and then I'm just going to try to, there we go. And that's it for this piece. All right, let's shut this up. And then I have a little piece of pear pizzazz. Now this is 2 1/4 by 1. And what I'm going to do is, whoops, I've got this Sharing in Your Sorrow stamp. It's been used with a bright color, as you can see. And I'm going to stamp this in Night of Navy. I'm going to do it sort of on one side. So whoops, I guess you can't really see that too well. All right, let me just kind of move it to one side a little bit. Hopefully I got that straight. Yep, it's okay. Okay. And that's all the stamping we need to do. So then what I'm going to do is just here, I'm going to make a little dot. I find that that's the easiest way to make a little banner, is if you put a dot. I don't know if you can see it there. And then I'm just going to cut from each corner to that dot. And it makes it look kind of nice. Okay. And then I put them away. I have a bunch of brads that I thought that would be, I always open it upside down and it's a mess. But I thought if I used one that was like just a little brad, it's going to make it look nice. So what I like to do with my brads, because I can't poke a hole in paper with the brad itself, I just take my seam ripper and I put a little hole with the seam ripper and I put the brad through, and then it easily, oops, and turn it a little bit there. All right, and all we need now are a couple of dimensionals. And I love the dimensionals because they do make it a little bit of a three-dimensional project. Okay, so now we're going to assemble. So I've got my Whisper White that I stamped on, and I'm going to put it on this Flirty Flamingo paper at a little bit of an angle, so you can kind of see all the corners. Okay, and then that's going to go on the cardstock that I put the DSP on. And that I'm going to do so that the Flirty Flamingo piece on here is even, or fairly even, with the background. All right, then we'll take our dimensional pieces, take the paper off the back, and I'm going to line this up. Let's see. Just like that. So there you have our project for the day. And see, they might be slightly different, but that's okay. And so now I've got 2 sympathy cards ready to send. And if you have any questions, be sure to post them in the comments below. I'll be saving this video, and I'll put the hostess code down below too. So thanks for joining me today. I hope that you're safe out there if you're in Central New York today. And we look forward to the next video. Bye.